Guys can't hear it?
Nope. No, Scott. Nope.
Scott's jamming by himself.
I am jamming by myself.
All right, great start. I'm guessing, yeah, you're on the clock.
What a way to start the show. This is perfect.
I know.
I'm guessing it went something like this.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a crazy intro. That was not how it
was that it?
So you guys
Hey,
can't.
Oh, there we go.
You guys,
hear it a little
welcome
bit.
to a special edition of Chalk Blocked. I'm Bo McBigtime. You can see Scotty Stacks up there. We got the mathematician, Jordan Vanek. And no, we did not sabotage the music. Scott just forgot to play it out loud. And we are joined. This is a special edition, guys. Special. I can't hear the music, Scott. Quit jamming over there. You're distracting.
I can hear it. I can hear it now.
I can hear it now.
Yeah,
I can hear it.
it's Nas affirmative action, little instrumental.
Oh, okay. That's
I
cool.
love Nas. He's my guy. So
Yep, I love that.
yeah.
So, yeah, we got Robbie. Robbie's in the house. This is the Robbiepalooza.
Hey.
I love
Yeah. Robbie, what's good tonight?
Yo, not much, man. I'm excited to be here, man. We with the Chalk Block crew this Wednesday night, and apparently we're allowed to do like what we want. So cheers to me, cheers to you.
Yep.
All the
I
Chalk
did
Block
the
crew.
warm-ups. Hey, everybody do your warm-ups.
Dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Oh, I did my warm-ups this morning. I made a little video. I drank a beer this morning with breakfast. That's how hard I went.
Mhm.
I had to make an apology video to Pete Overzet because last year we traded man's coin for beer, and it was a great trade at the beginning, and the beer didn't get sent because of 5 or 6 different mishaps that happened. It was terrible. I thought the beer was lost. I relocated it yesterday. I was so thrilled. Then the beer that we bought, the same brand, made another sour. I bought another one for him. So now I got double beer. I capitulated as double trouble.
Double.
It's
I'm
called
doing all the sounders too since
yeah. I need a sounder for this one. It's called Bitch Monkey. That's the name.
Bitch Monkey. Oh yeah.
Bitch Monkey. So, yeah, I was drinking at 11 o'clock.
Is it a dog or is it a monkey?
This
Bitch Monkey.
is what I'm drinking here. What are you drinking, Robbie?
I got so I'm on some rum and OJ, keeping the immune system up
On brand.
after that second dose of Pfizer. You know, we're just keeping the vitamin C up in the system. Is
I
it
wasn't really
vitamin
listening.
C?
All I heard is that you got your second dose of Pfizer in your rum right now.
Yo, that would be lit,
Ooh.
bro.
Pfizer, I hope you're out there because you could develop this real quick.
Dilly. Robbie can do whatever he got in the bottom of the refrigerator. Yo, last episode, he's mad because I used a Pepsi instead of a Coke for our podcast. Damn,
Laquan
LQ.
is on. He's trying to stay on brand.
Yo, he's so toxic positive though. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, hey man, we do Pepsi or Coke over here. Which one did he like?
he
Coke.
wanted a Coca-Cola, yeah. And I was like, this is what I have.
Where's my Coca-Cola check and I'll do it.
Shit, exactly. He's a damn Robbie's lit as fuck. Yo, I got the Little Wayne strain right here. Shout out to Wheezy, Young Moolah, baby. It's the Rum Boys, baby. And yeah, and I'm feeling great. I love you guys.
Oh man, we love you too, brother. I mean,
Yo,
what's going on with Laquan and Troy? I don't know. They're beefing.
They're toxic positivity
Oh.
up our chat.
I know.
bro, that's a thing. Though, like that's a thing, and I don't even know. Like, and we're all like we're friends. Like, have y'all seen the movie The Wood? Like, I don't know if y'all may have. Okay, exactly. I know Scott has asked. He's like, yes, I have. If you've seen The Wood, that's LQ, Troy, and Laquan and myself. You know what? That's a really great meme.
Nice.
Jordan,
That's
by
what
the way,
Vanek for.
we got the JV in the house. Jordan Vanek, he is the meme extraordinaire, the meme master. He has heads on
Oh, really?
turtles. I love it, man.
This is like my favorite one from the old show, you know? The circle.
Yeah.
The circle suck, and it's the Pac-12. But no, this is my favorite one for tonight. Don't worry, we'll get into that a little bit later.
Oh, we will. Yo, really quick. Speaking of later, I know that we have a show sheet to get into, but can I just acknowledge the fact, Jordan? I know that you're a baby in this industry, okay? But like we have known each other forever, like especially Scott and I, and this is the first time that the two of us like are on screen together. You have never seen Scott and Robbie in 3-4 fucking years in the same damn place at the same damn time. But you've always seen them on Twitter, like tweeting, like just being funny and just fuck with people. And this is happening. Like this is actually happening.
I can't believe you think he's funny.
I did go on Robbie's show like a month ago, but he was drunk as shit.
Oh, so, yeah. I mean, Rumboyz after dark appearances count, but like this, this is crazy.
This is us. This is us.
This is Sean.
This is what we wanted to do. We wanted to have a special event because Robbie is the man, and because he is lit as fuck. We're off the cuff. We're not sponsored by anybody tonight. We're not doing anything tonight. There's no. You can just There's no worldwide. There's nothing but us and Robbie, and we're here for the Robbiepalooza, and so we're gonna get into it. We do have a show sheet, but we can talk about whatever we want. And we can curse, and that's something that we're going to do today because cursing.
Earmuffs, Jordan. Earmuffs.
Yeah, we're going to curse.
Put your damn kids down now. Yes, it's a Sean Taylor jersey burner.
Yeah, it's
a burn.
You guys saw Trey's question in the chat. I'm just letting him know real quick. Carson Wentz is better than Daniel Jones. You take Carson Wentz in that situation.
Yeah, agree.
Fantasy,
yeah. You take Carson Wentz. He's got an O-line and he's got a good coach for the first time in a little while.
Yeah.
Wait, are we already on the first topic? Hold on.
No.
That was just a question in the chat.
Going off the rails. He heard a curse word and he got crazy.
He took his earmuffs, and so let's throw it to Bo. Bo, bigtimeflavorco.com. Is that what we're looking at there? Did I nail it? Did I get it right?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, and when you go there, you're going to get yourself some hot box, and this is gourmet small batch hot sauce, and then after that, you're going to also get yourself some taco sizzin. You're going to get yourself some Smoke Shack rub. There's new products every day. What else is on the menu now, Bo?
So I do have a Nashville hot chicken seasoning. I used it to season some catfish back then too. So anything if you can fry, you can actually make a hot chili oil or a sweet and spicy dry rub with it. It's called That's Cluckin' Hot. And, it is hot. It is sweet. It's tangy, but it's amazing. And so that's the third seasoning blend in my line at bigtimeflavorco.com. And there's 3 more that I'm developing right now.
Ooh, I love that.
Hey, really quick.
Yeah.
I did just throw some money into a crab shack down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And we are trying to get one of these spices or one of these sauces up in that crab shack. Bringing
inside of it.
Yeah.
Inside of the crab shack. We are going to have Big Time Flavor Co.
We are working on it. We are working on it. We are very, very much working on it. It is not done yet. That we're still getting everything in the building, all everything. But that is going to be a fucking thing, and I cannot wait.
So fire!
Oh my gosh, dude! I'm gonna have to go down there just to eat it.
Bro, it's DMV. It's DMV Maryland Blue Crabs. We're bringing it down to Florida. Yeah. And there's and there's a go-go band that is performing at the damn restaurant. Like, bro, let's go.
That shit is too damn good. That meme is too damn good.
Oh man, that's hysterical, man. That's killing it. That's hilarious. So okay. Also, I want to encourage folks, if you've not checked out, speaking of fire, Underdog Fantasy is fire over there. I'm doing pretty much best ball drafts every single day. So look for me, NimblewNumbers. Jump in there, do a draft. I did one today. It was excellent. Jordan was in there. Other folks were in there. Dave Kluge was in there. I've had Troy King in there before. So please do jump in, do these underdog drafts. And if you're sticking around after the drafts, they have rivals. They have pick'ems. There's ways to parlay, 10 max, 20 max your money, dude. I love it over there. So check out every game they have over at Underdog Fantasy, and make sure to use promo code Nimble. Let's jump in here. Where did our little boy Wonder go? There he is. Okay.
I am back. I
love that Jordan is here, like, because he works for both of us doing the same shit. So like we just get to pick on him. Like
he's our little brother.
I got my show sheet here, and right now we're going. It's Robbiepalooza.
Tangents.
This is the important part of the show. We get to know Robbie. So, Robbie, I'm going to ask you a question you've answered many times before, and we're going to continue to get these answers. When and how did you end up getting into fantasy football?
Like many folks, my age, I'll be 30 in June.
Was I alive? That's the first question.
Fuck no.
You get these.
I was watching Doug when he was born.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, Doug was still on TV, bro. But my dad, used to fill out, his lineups from like the newspaper and shit, like compete against his buddies at work, and like I'd help him. Then later when websites and shit became a thing, we had the old school Mac with the fucking colorful back in the back joint of it, and Sports Illustrated used to be really popular back in the day because magazines were still a thing, and they had Sports Illustrated for Kids, and I started doing the Sports Illustrated for Kids leagues. I won like a couple of those when I was younger. That's how I kind of started off becoming the Stack God. Shout out Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss. Let's go. I had Priest Holmes as my running back then. It was great. It was just so great.
I remember rostering Larry Johnson back in the day.
Exactly. Yeah. No, bro. People could not fucking just beat me back then. I was like 12, just like bullying these kids, like just because like all I did was watch football and like collect trading cards. So yeah, I mean, from there, stuck with it and played when I was in the military. More so, like when I was in the military, it became like more so like betting pools and shit. Because you couldn't really keep a league together because everyone's deploying. So yeah, and then app-based fantasy football became a thing. Started enjoying that, and then I decided I'm tired of kicking the shit out of my friends in fantasy. I need better competition, and decided to become a self-proclaimed fantasy football analyst. And now people out there actually call me a fantasy football analyst, and it's great.
It's so wild, isn't it?
It's wild. Yeah, like for like 3 years ago, like if like I took it very serious, calling myself like a fantasy analyst. And like now I'm just really good at talking about sports. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you analyzed fantasy at any point, that makes you a fantasy. It's a fine print. If you do it once, you can claim it.
Hey,
so somebody called me a shark at Dynasty the other day on Twitter, and I was like, no. I would have to win more to be called a shark at Dynasty. I've been playing Dynasty 3 years, and it's like some of these people out there are just like, they've been doing it so long that they got a groove going. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I know about players. I can watch film. I can break it down with the best of them, but analyzing Dynasty and doing the theory right and figuring out my own game flow, I ain't got shit in Dynasty. Hey, don't call me a shark at Dynasty. Don't do it.
There used to be there's a show back in the day, Martin, and he had this character, and he was like kind of a snaggletooth pimp, and he would say, "Don't hate the player, hate the game." The day y'all decided to put the word industry at the end of fantasy football, you fucked up. You allowed a place for someone like me to step in and be like, "Oh, so there's a place to work here? We hiring? Oh wait, we can make our own companies."
Water cooler talk every day.
Exactly, So I've made it a career, and here I am, full time doing it. I don't know why the fuck people listen to me and love me, but they do.
So moving towards that direction, you got the Rum Boys. I mean, that's your creation, am I right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously a rum loving guy. Rum Boys, rum loving guys. What's your go-to over there?
Oh man, Tonight we off the Sailor Jerry's. For my Dirty 30, we breaking open. It's 25-year age, Florida Cana, and when you got a little extra money, you go get some Appletons, you go get some Florida Cana, some bland, something like that, and you enjoy the quality rum. But I mean, if you're just trying to,
man, that's
it's like, yeah, that shit get you tore up. Yeah, I mean, but when you just start balling on a budget, ain't nothing wrong with some Sailors or some Bacardi. Yada.
Story, which is why I don't do Captain Morgan anymore. I have a story because I'm a alumnus of Chico State, and yes, all the stories are true. And so I lived pretty close to downtown most of the time I was there. But one of my best friends that worked at Costco with me, and it's like we're like 6-month employees. We're barely out of probation, and we had this house party. We had this house party, just the two of us. We invited everybody over, and maybe 25, 30 people showed up. But we had a handle from Costco, one of the big 1.75 liters of Captain Morgan.
Yeah,
because we split it, and we didn't let anybody else have it, but. Then we got egged on by a bunch of girls to take shots of Captain Morgan from it, and we just kept going because they were drawing little Sharpie hearts on our arm for each shot we took.
Oh, yes, hey, that's the moment. That's the vibe right there. That's the steam.
So yeah, we were clinking shot glasses all night long.
Yep,
we were getting hearts on our arm, and little did we know that the alarm clock going off to go to work the next morning was really loud and way sooner than we thought. And so we get up and we look at each other, like we crashed out on the floor next to each other, and we don't remember other than we look at our arm and like we literally had full sleeves going to work at already still drunk with our arm covered in Sharpie hearts, like literally full sleeves. Like you look like David Beckham out here, but just like
bro, aren't we also? I mean, aside from Jordan because he's still a child, aren't we also happy that like we're all married and shit now? Because like
I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again.
Oh
like,
man,
the shit that I
our supervisor looked at us and said, "You're doing carts," and it was like 95 degrees outside, and we were pushing the cart.
You got Sharpies sweating off your ass.
Oh, can't even. No, he's like, I don't want you anywhere near a Costco member today. So push carts all day. And we were sweating and puking in the trash can. And
see that's not the puke in the trash can is wild. In high school, I worked at a local grocery called Giant Food here in the Maryland area, and Friday night I got towed up. Like I got
towed up.
Craig. Like I got Bacardi, and I drank a bunch of Bacardi. And I do remember hurling in the toilet that night. And then the next day, I had to roll in and open the store and be the bag boy out front, the guy who puts groceries in cars. And the son was the devil. It was it just rose up. It was like, you 17-year-old schmuck, look at you, you drunk citron drinking, whatever it was. I was just like, I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again. Yeah, again the next night, I went out and did the same thing.
See, it depends what type of Bacardi. Like you cannot do 151. Like I have done 151.
Bro.
Hey, my last 151 memory, I got into a fight. I mean, I fucking woke up in a jail cell, so I mean,
that'll work.
No. It's not. It's never a good. I watched a friend who will remain nameless take the screen off, and so explain what a screen is on an alcohol. If it's a certain amount of alcohol, they don't want you to pour it too fast. Maybe there's going to be
a nipple on it, yeah,
electricity in the air, and it could ignite and catch fire. So they're like, just not pour it fast. So you take that off. My friend started guzzling it like this. He put it up. Yeah. I'm just going to say this. It was not me. I was sober that night. Thankfully.
75.5%.
Yo, that DC accent that just came out of Scott. I was sober that night.
Because he's usually pretty clipped up, right?
I was watching this. One thing that happened was the crew that my friend ended up with was robbing everybody in the hotel because they had smoked a blunt lace with PCP. My friend didn't know.
Lord, no!
He drank all the Bacardi in the world, so he didn't know anything anymore. You know what I mean? He doesn't remember. He doesn't remember any of this. I find out through different people. One of my other friends come back and he goes, "Lock the door, they're coming." And I'm like watching Saturday Night Live, like, what do you guys get into? God damn it! You know what I mean? And so and they came to my room. They're like, "Let me in, man!" And it was this crew, and it was one guy. And his woman was with him, and then she had 2 little sisters who were twins. So like a little crew of like 4 people just going into every single room because everybody was hammered and drunk and was just robbing them. And then I look, and my friend is tagging along behind them. It's like they're gimp because he didn't know anything. So yeah, don't drink 151. That's not.
No.
That's a bad. It's a recipe.
Jordan, has your mom caught you sipping some of her Jack and Coke or rum and Coke?
No, it's
so no, dude.
Got a little nip. Have you caught a little nip yet?
So the worst, the drinking story that I don't remember that I was a part of, at like 11:30, my best friend was like, "You know what? Let's go out." And I was like, whatever. He's like, "No, let's go." I was like, "All right, cool." Get to the bar. I knew every bartender in the row and the other row. So basically drinks, I gave them a 20, and it was for the rest of the night I could take whatever. They played a game with me because they know I don't drink often. They're like, "Hey, every time you come up, for you to get the drink you want, you got to do something." I was like, whatever. First thing is we call it a Y-bomb. You pour, basically it's vodka and Red Bull, and you shotgun it. So he's like, okay. He pours out the Red Bull, fills the vodka, and then puts a little bit of Red Bull in it. He's like, "Here's your Y-bomb." I was like, "No." He's like, "You got to do it, whatever." About 4 to 5 times of visiting the bar, I think the last thing I remember, and it's the grossest thing I've ever done in my life, I wanted water. I wanted water. And I was like, "Hey, man, can I get a water?" He's like, flips open a cup, pours tequila on the back of it, and goes, "Snort it." And I'm like,
What?
I'm like, no. And
left.
in UCF, the area, people have like a lot of kids that I know have done it. And all I hear in the background is, "Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch." Yeah. So
you got to do it now.
I snorted tequila, and that was the last thing I remember, but it woke my ass up in a way. And
I'm sure it did.
Jordan, that was
I got home, and I had just recently had started smoking and decided, you know what? Let me try getting crossfaded for the first time. Spent the next 4 to 5 hours throwing up my insides because not a good night.
People always ask.
You rallied, right? You got to finish the story with "I rallied and I came back the next day."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, totally came back the next day like a champion. Regretted every bit of it.
People always ask. They're like, do you really, every podcast, like, are you really drinking, rum, or like you really having a beer? I'm like, yes, motherfucker. Like, what? You think I'm just playing around? Like,
you know why I'm here.
I'm always with a rum in it.
I'm about that action, boss.
Or like, did you really smoke before or during like the show? Yeah, this is real fucking weed in here. Yeah, like I get crossfaded every show. People are like, "How do you still get fantasy and analytics?" Like, because I'm smart.
Makes you better.
Bro, I think it's just a superpower. So like I have like ADD, ADHD. So like I think it's just a superpower, bro. Like I can focus on 2 things at once.
I have to ask Jordan, what's in your cup, good sir? I hear the clink.
It is
Kool-Aid.
We got some Coke. It's like Long Island iced tea.
Nice, very nice. All right, so
it's an Arnold Palmer that he mixed with one of those Sobeys from the 90s.
No, it's actually like one of those Captain pre-made mixed nonsense that I actually enjoy drinking.
Nice.
One of those.
I'm sure I'm drinking. I'm drinking a Maryland brewed. It's the Brookville Beer Farm right down the road from my house. If you guys didn't know, I'm having Field Yates on my podcast tomorrow.
Field Yates.
So it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite now too. I've been in the DMs with him for the last week, man. The guy is the real deal. He's legit. Like he's the nicest person I've ever met.
Dude.
And he's nice, and like he is just incredible.
And he booked him for Chalk Block yet.
I have not crossed that bridge yet, but I'm going to do that once I've already. Why don't you tag him and say, "Why hasn't Scott approached you yet?" And then I will.
The people that I tag are like they're up there and they probably look at it and they're like, "And mute button."
No, bro. when people are like Robbie, get so and so on Rob Wiz After Dark, I'm like,
yeah, right.
Like, the fuck you think is that?
Man. No.
Dude, it's like our show is at 11 Eastern on Friday nights. It's like these guys are not party boys by and large. I mean, some of them say because they're up that late and they don't really have anything else to do. But like my West Coast experts, like Matt Harmon coming on in a couple weeks, that's our wheelhouse. We need the guys that are up
West
at
Coast.
8 o'clock our time
I
instead
agree.
of like saying, "Hey, Fielden or Matthew Berry, like." How about you stay up late at 11 o'clock and just fuck around with us on a DFS show? I mean, it's it's really hard. It's a really hard sell.
I'm excited Lofty's coming on to Chalk Blocked. And one thing we do have to do with Lofty is the episode, the theme is hats back. So you have your hat on and it's a backwards hat the whole time. And
I don't have backwards very often.
Yeah, hat back.
Don't let Skip Bayless see this show.
Oh man, Bayless go skip rocks, man. You know, that guy. Okay, so let's jump into let's jump into the schedule release. The NFL schedule was released today, and that's great news for all us football fans, us junkies. And I saw Denny Carter said something like, "Why is the NFL?" I see the NFL or schedule release day is like a national holiday. And it is because we've been waiting so long to see what these matchups are going to be that we've been drafting and seeing where we're in the.
We knew the matchups. We just didn't know what order they came in or where the.
But that's what we're talking. That's the matchups. That's when they're playing.
I get what Denny's saying though, because it's just like he's making fun of the fact that like we just had the draft, and then before the draft we were like, oh man, the draft just needs to get here, and then like there's nothing, and now we have the schedule release. It's like, oh, it's a little bit of taste, we got our fix.
Hey, let's face it, Bo. Every single fantasy football player and every single football fan in general is Tyrone Biggums from the Chappelle Show. Oh, you got any more? Got any more NFL games?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And now
NFL news, period. That's all they want. We just got to get our fix.
I mean, and now we got Dak and Tom Brady leading us off.
Cowboys by 100.
I love it. So here's what we want to do. We're going to go through a series. All four of us are going to jump in. We're going to go through a series of kind of the first week of the season. We're going to talk about which game right now is our favorite, just on paper, which one we're looking at as our most exciting. And then we're going to pull up the odds, and we're going to talk about which game we think is the line's going to go, and we have a favor. And then we're going to go into the last game, which is over-under. We're going to pick an over-under matchup. So each person's going to pick their own. So I'm going to give the guest the chance to either accept or jump to Mr. Jordan or myself. Who wants to go first? What's their favorite game for week 1?
I mean, obviously Washington football team versus Chargers, but I mean, I'm just being biased, so that's not fun for anyone at home. But I mean, I think that game is going to be awesome. I think that we can best the Chargers there.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. We'll talk about that later. An actual 2-point edge to the Chargers. What the heck is that about?
That's cute. I'll let them have that 2-point advantage while I go ahead.
Yeah,
and I'll take us in the upset and win the money.
Heck yeah.
Barry was offended by the road dog thing, and I was not offended because I'm taking the Chargers by 10 in that game.
Are you just trying to piss me off this podcast? Was this what
you met me?
Dude, if Justin Herbert was playing for any other team, this would have been a way different spread. If you switch like Herbert and Burrow, this is a 10-point advantage for the Washington football team.
Yeah. Justin Herbert's getting a lot of love.
Justin Herbert's the swinger for Bo. He's never the underdog in his eyes.
No.
And he never will be.
Bo is also a Dallas fan, so he needs us to lose every game.
I don't like Washington, and I love Herbert. So I mean, that's you got a simple equation right there.
Yeah, I mean, I also like how they put Slater and Chase Young on the field at the same time again.
Oh my gosh,
that's a great.
That's what they did. I mean, that basically everybody talks about Slater and like he's the best because of the Chase Young film. Nobody pulls out any other film.
Bro, I already looked at the whole NFC East schedules, and literally the schedule makers woke up and chose freaking violence. Like the fact that we're getting this for cable, folks. The fact that we're getting this season for cable. Oh!
Yeah.
I don't know what that sound was.
Yeah. That was like the guy who. And listen, remember when you couldn't be a president because at the end of your excitement you went and New Jersey and New Mexico and
Yo,
Howard Dean, was that who it was?
Howard Dean. Yeah.
That guy's crazy.
Crazy. Well, so I'll tell you my favorite game as I peruse. I do like the first game. It's a really great game to lead off with. But I'm looking down here at a different game that interests me. And right now, there's just for my money, I don't think there's a more intriguing game than the Saints Packers because we don't know who the quarterbacks are going to be for this game. This game is like a what is the line going to be on this game? We're going to look at it in a minute, but I think the nebulous of two great franchises kind of transitioning from or maybe going through something. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be there or not. It just has intrigue written all over it, and maybe we'll know more by the season, and we know who the quarterbacks are, and it's ho-hum. Okay, Jameis and Aaron Rodgers are back, and it's fine. But there's just an opportunity here for some mayhem, and like you said, they chose violence. They chose violence here. It could be Jordan Love and Taysom Hill. What the hell? So
pay-per-view, baby.
Pay-per-view is right.
You probably think that my favorite matchup would be the kickoff game between the Cowboys and Bucks, but I'm looking at this Rams game with the Bears.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm picturing Justin Fields already just breaking camp as a starter over Dalton because Dalton sucks, and Justin Fields getting chased around the field by fucking Aaron Donald. I can't not fucking wait for that game. That game's going to be tits because both of those
prime time
are fucking good.
Khalil Mack just gunning after Stafford, and Stafford's like, I got 5K to share.
It's 2-2.
Oh man, dude, this is.
Oh damn it! I stepped on Tutu again. Fuck. I got some Tutu in my shoe because I stepped on him again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tutu.
Khalil Mack's just gonna lay out Tutu, and then Jordan's gonna come in with the meme on Twitter. Want to see a dead body?
Tutu Atwell's gonna accidentally get stuck in his belly button or something.
Dude.
I'm gonna put a meme of him out there in somebody's face mask, just sideways,
like a bug on the windshield.
Yeah, like a bug on some.
Oh damn, Dominate. We got one. Dominate's like, oh my gosh, sorry.
My virgin years. So my favorite games, there's two of them that I'm like looking at. It's watching Lamar in prime time in Vegas going for 100 because the Raiders defense couldn't defend me. But more importantly, for week 1 slate, AJ Brown against the Cardinals.
Oh yeah.
Everyone against the Cardinals.
I mean, Frisker getting guarded by Zaven Collins, he's going to kill him. Frisker's going to be the tight end that everybody's like, oh, he's my late round guy. And then he goes out there 6 for 100 because Zaven Collins can't cover anything.
Frisker is a major key in the words of DJ Khaled.
Yeah. And
major key alert.
And on the flip side, you got Kristen Fulton trying to guard D-Hop. Yeah. That's not a fun day.
What's Rondell Moore going to do? You know what I mean? He could just get loose in the secondary and just run for days.
That game's going to be a fun game for DFS, just off rip. That was the game that I saw, and I'm like, that's my stack. That's it.
And then fantasy. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, fantasy aside, if you this is your last chance if you're a Cardinals fan to see some of these old guys play because
it's a retirement community already in Phoenix. So
yeah, JJ Watt, AJ Brown, AJ Green, you got a bunch of little JJs and AJs.
There's like DJs. 5 golf courses every square mile. So
fits in.
Hey, speaking of golf courses, I'm going golfing on Monday, and I bought new clubs, and they're not expensive or anything. They're just Callaway Strata, basic, cheap one. But I'm excited. I'm going to go out and get, just my first set of new clubs I've ever had and just break them in and have a good time shooting 120 or 115 or whatever terrible score I shoot. But I'm excited.
Golf is better than anything else, though.
No,
I'm insanely jealous that you're going to play golf.
I'm definitely jealous.
Well, you're going to – I don't even tell you who it's with because that's even.
Are you playing golf with Phil Gates?
No. I think he's in Nantucket. That'd be cool. Field, if you want to lace them up, I got to work to get better. No, I'm actually going.
I heard Bill Gates is single, so you might want to hit him up for a round of golf.
Hey, you know what? My microchip will go off when I get close to him, so I'll know it's him. You know. But no, it is Denny. So I'm going with Denny and Mike Collins. So we're doing a little threesome here, and I'm really a little double entendre.
Ooh la la, Denny! Don't let him get his tea on you.
Oh, I want his tea all over me.
My God, pause.
Robbie, they've never acted like this before you. I just want you to know you've corrupted both of them. I'm scared.
My pizza is late. I'm upset that my pizza's
I'm
late.
sorry Nate came in at that time. That was a bad time for Nate. He's like the saint of fantasy football, man. You know what I mean? Like if they're like, we're like, what's the opposite of Peter Howard? It'd be like, it's Nate, you know?
Really? Like, I love that. Like it's just that for me, like I've been waiting to work with these guys, like on like their circle. Like they both came on Run Boys After Dark, like separately, like you know, and like you're just resident, you know, over there as well, Jordan, just like you're with them. So it's like this is awesome. We're friends.
So Robbie, here's something that we are excited about this year is that we're working with Jordan and you're working with Jordan as well. And so indirectly, we're kind of working together. We're collaborating. So we're looking for opportunities to be able to have you on shows that we're doing, to do weekly things. Chalk Blocked is going to be on Saturday, not on Friday when we get into the DFS season, because Saturday night is when you know most of your news. And so we'll be going 10 o'clock until midnight, something like that on Saturday night. And so we're going to do a little bit of a change in time. So we'd love to have you
do a little turn on the slate walk. The slate walk. Yeah.
Oh, I sing my little GPPs on the slate walk.
I'm down.
I am a model. You know what I mean.
And I do my GPPs on
the catwalk.
On the
on the slate walk.
The fact that you guys know on the catwalk.
On the chalk blocks. On the chalk blocks, yeah.
I check my optimizer on the chalk block.
Jordan is memeing this as we speak.
Yeah, no, this is. I mean, probably not the meme you will think you're thinking of.
So game on.
So we're gonna have a lot of fun this fantasy season with Jordan, with Bo, and hopefully with you as well as we mix it up. And so, I'm excited about all these. Let's talk about the lines. Oh, by the way, this is Robbie. Check him out.
This is Robbie's burner.
That's not stalkerish at all. Like
this is Robbie. This is what he posts. This is Robbie's catwalk right here.
Yeah, right there.
On the chalk blocked. On the chalk blocked, yeah.
I check my DMs on the chalk blocked. So we're gonna go into the DMs real quick, and I'm gonna pull up. No, you should never be scared of the DMs. There's nothing to hide in here.
Who you be DMing?
All the celebrity analysts are like, "Hey, bro, chill."
Yeah, shh. Don't say what I said about that person here. I'm looking for the DMs. Here's the problem. I did have a couple drinks, and
so Robbie, wouldn't this be great? Robbie, you know about my plight of not getting followed by Matthew Berry. That's like it's my plight in life. Is like I don't think he knows I exist really. So that I'm going with that. I'm going with that. Wait, you remember that retweet, the quote tweet from I think it was Marquez Valdes Scantling or somebody, where he's like, hey man, I've been trying 60 times to get you to follow me, and he's like, no, but I see you.
Yeah,
I wait for Matthew Berry to hit me with one of those. I'm not gonna follow you, but I see you.
Just give it.
Oh, that's hilarious!
I can't wait for it. I know he's gonna do that to me. It's gonna be great.
So why would he do that to you, Bo? What would make you think that?
Because that would be hilarious, and I want the most hilarious thing to happen. Just like me almost getting banned from Scott Fishbowl before I eventually got my invite.
That was pretty funny. Okay.
I love pickles and I hate the Fast and the Furious. So I had to let Scott Fish know how I felt about it.
Oh, just love to choose violence.
Yeah. Choosing violence. Speaking of that, this is the NFL lines right now for week 1. and they're up. This is over at William Hill. I don't know if they're going to stay the same, go away, what they're going to do. But what I want to do is I want us to look at one matchup where we think there is an advantage. If this is not your lock of the week or anything like that, I think it's kind of hokey. But where you go, I think there's an opportunity there to make a little bit of money on the first game of the season. So anybody want to lead off? Mr. Vanek, have you I see your hand raised.
I'm ready, teacher.
Go for it.
I'll just be straight up honest. The Cleveland KC game, KC -6, is just an absolute smash for me. Kansas City got better on the offensive line. They are healthier now. And when they met up in the AFC divisional game, everybody remembers how close that game was. But with Patrick Mahomes in the game, the Cleveland Browns never stopped them, ever. Not a single series went by that they were able to hold Patrick Mahomes from scoring, especially in Kansas City, coming off a Super Bowl loss. Like, I could see it being the way that Houston KC game was, where KC just straight dominates for the whole game. It never feels like the Browns are going to be, coming close. And if you look at the Browns in week 1 for their history I think they have like 7 or 8 straight week 1s where they haven't won. It's just, to me, I'm looking at Kansas City and I'm like, they usually start pretty hot. I think they're going to feed Clyde Edwards-Helaire and they're going to walk away with a 10-point win.
Oh, I think that's a great call. I love that. I'm particularly interested to see how they rebound after that Super Bowl loss, because I think there's a lot to be there's a chip. There's a chip. You lose the Super Bowl. If you're a sucky team, you kind of trend downward. But I think if you're a team that is built, Super Bowl tough like you were, and you won the last previous one, I think you rebound. You really come back strong. So I love that. Robbie, how about you? What's an edge you see in this week 1 line out right now by William Hill?
Be a homer. Come on, do it. I know you want to. It's the right pick.
I like it.
I'm choosing violence.
If you don't, I will. Choose violence.
I am. And I'm looking at this Jets Carolina. Carolina favored by 3.5. How crazy would it be to start the narrative off that Sam Darnold hasn't done it yet. He's already started off bad for New York with that Salah-led defense to just pump the brakes on Carolina really quick. Maybe you make some money on the Jets, and that could be a very, very early season money game for people out there, because no one's going to expect the Jets to do it.
Did we lose our boy Wonder, or is he?
You took the Sam Darnold meme.
Something because he just said the Panthers going to lose to the Jets week 1. He's either crying or he's about to drop something really hard.
I'm just wondering if he's okay.
Well, I mean, this is a play. Like, if you just want to make.
I'm sad. I'm very sad.
You know what? I'm going to say this. I saw that as well. And Jordan, the thing that I thought about was the hook. I don't like hooks. If it was 3, it was a push maybe for me. But there is an edge there in that hook. I do see that there too. I'll give you a little bit more of an edge too. I think Jacksonville smashes Houston. And I don't think it's just because of Jacksonville's prowess and the new coach or any of the, rah-rah, Urban Meyer, any of that first-round going Houston is just going to be like dog food this year. I mean, it's just going to be god-awful. So I'll take them, Jacksonville winning by 7 in that game. Honestly, I'm not going to bet it, but I would bet the -2, but I'm not going to bet -7. But I think they win by touchdown. Particularly, I think they get a lot of plays in on Houston. I think the score in that game is high. Particularly, I think it's a high scoring. I think it's like a college game almost. And I love to see it because Houston is just going down. The franchise is like that. Here's what's remarkable. Imagine 2 years ago if you said, hey, the Washington football team is going to be a top 10 franchise again, and Houston is going to be the worst team in football. Worst franchise. People go, maybe.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
No, if you said that shit like 2 years ago or like a year, we can't say a year ago, but if you said a year and a half ago, bro, like people would tell you like so the apocalypse is coming, which it kind of almost did. Right. Oh, but actually, never mind. Yeah, people would be right. People would be right.
It's wild. It's wild.
It took a pandemic for Washington to be good.
No, I really think what it took was
Ron Rivera.
a different coach. Yeah, a different coach. And no offense to Gruden, who I think he tried his best. He did whatever he could to do what he could. That was his gift. He gave what he could, and his gift was not good enough. He wasn't.
No. All right, Gruden is that person. All right, Gruden is that person. Let me use this analogy. If I came on this show and didn't talk at all, didn't do shit, didn't participate, just sat here and I was just a face. All right, and y'all just took all the credit. That's Jay Gruden. All right, he had McVay, he had Shanahan, he had all these great people around him. And you know what they did? Once they left his ass, they went on to be great coaches. He was just that person in class, a part of the group project that was just taking credit for everyone else's shit. Fuck Gruden.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It's the Eli Manning thing. It's like Eli Manning wouldn't even exist in the NFL if it wasn't for his name. Like, I don't think he would have ever reached that echelon without that name.
I won't say that. That's no.
Well, he might not have been given the opportunity, and
right.
So, but I'm not going to disagree with you at all, Robbie. I was just kind of kick gloving it and being kind of respectful. Jay Gruden's terrible, honestly. He's terrible. But I'm saying
I hate that man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's a terrible person.
He's gotten where he is because his brother won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Hey, man. As a Panthers fan, I'm watching my former coaches with Sean McDermott and the Bills and Ron Rivera and the football team just go and build into the great defenses just like this. Now I have my Matt Rule just doing stuff and like. Robbie, you take care of Ron. He's a good dude. I don't know if he'll be the answer forever, but he's a good ass dude, and I'm happy for the football team. They're doing things right.
No, you're a great person as well.
Me too. And I've yet to hear from Bo. Bo, where are you leaning in this? What's your violence, as Robbie put it earlier, which I love, by the way, Robbie. You got to say it once a day. You got to do violence once a day to something, to yourself. You know, I mean, cut yourself down and get yourself stronger, or to someone else.
Those are some terrible words in that sentence. God damn, Scott.
I've said worse. Last week we talked about hitting people in the face with your hot dog. You know what I mean? So that happened. That was
going to go into New England and beat them by 10.
Who's going to go into New England and beat them by 10? Miami.
Dolphins are going to kill the Patriots. The Patriots are not as good as people think they are.
Oh, I love that take.
I like to
Wait. All right, so you're saying, all right, I get the Patriots not being as good as everyone thinks they are, or the Dolphins going to be as good as everyone thinks that they're going to be. That's
at real football. Yes, I think they're overrated as far as fantasy because I don't think Tua is a fantasy quarterback.
I don't know fantasy. I don't know Tua is an NFL quarterback either. Like,
I think he's going to win some games.
Hey, I will defend Tua to the life of me. Troy, if you're in the chat, this is for you. Tua is going to be just fine. I'm sorry, Mac Hollins, Devontae Parker with a bad hamstring, and
Lynn Bowden.
I'm sorry they didn't do it for you. Yeah. Regardless of, like, Miami, Flores is doing this right. They're going to be annoying as hell for fantasy because they're doing that New England thing with running backs. They're an awful, awful group. Jalen Waddle will be fine. Tua needs a receiver who gets separation early, and Jalen Waddle will just thrive in that. Devontae Parker can't get separation from me.
Yeah.
Please tell me Bo is not eating Wiener Schnitzel again right now. Is he doing this on purpose? Oh, okay. It's pizza. Oh, I was about to say, I was like, so we found out that we were getting a Wiener Schnitzel here, and he came on like flat when he came on Rumboyz After Dark and just kind of like rubbed my fucking face in it. Like, you don't have it. You don't have it yet.
I mowed down like $30 worth of Wiener Schnitzel on his show. Like, on camera, just like going in.
I love Bo, but that shit got to me. It still gets to me to this day. I'm like, fuck. Oh God. Under for Washington.
Yeah. The over under for the Washington football team is 44 and a hook. And Robbie's clearly planting his flag for the Washington football team's under. Their defense is pretty strong. I like this game to be a 21-17, 21-10 game for the Washington football team. I do believe that's my lean. Maybe 21-17, but that's not 44. That's 38. So yeah, I do like that. That's a good one. What do you guys think, Jordan, Bo? Are you for that? You against that? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm taking the under there. I'm looking at that Minnesota-Cincinnati game going, that's Fireworks City at 47. That's,
Oh,
that's an easy over.
oh, that's sexy.
Are you taking the over out because due to pass attempts?
Pass
I think that
attempts,
yeah,
the Bengals are going to be explosive, and the Vikings, their offense is clicking. Like it's like they got Dalvin Cook, they got all these receivers. Irv Smith's a year better. Their defense sucks too, and so you have two bad defenses, you have two pretty good offenses, and they're going to go back and forth throwing the ball.
I'm interested to see what Clint or Gary Kubiak's son does with the offense because I feel like he could be more pass friendly, and that would be a little interesting twist to it. I mean, the zone running scheme is always fun, and Cincinnati can't really do much on defense. The game that stood out to me is that Cleveland KC game. That over is way too high for the amount that, like, I think KC in the beginning of the year usually plays slow. They gave Clyde Edwards-Helaire like 28 carries week 1, and Cleveland plays extremely slow. I don't see that game being in the 27-30 type of range.
I don't know if that new and improved Cleveland defense, especially with that secondary, will allow that to go to the over.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great call. I'm going to do the same.
That's a dogfight. That game's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah. I'm going to take the under in a matchup as well, and that's in the Miami-New England 45.5. I'm going to go under that. That's a really big number. I don't think that either team is going to get in the 30s, and I think there's going to be a team that scores under 20 in this matchup. So that means that you're looking at a 24-17. 24-21, something like that, which is right up against it, but it's 24-20, 21-20, something like that. Maybe even less. Maybe New England doesn't even score 2 touchdowns. I don't know. There could be a defensive score. Things vary, but that looks a little high for me, so I'm going to take the under over there. What about you, Jordan? Where are you finishing us off here in this section?
I just saw that Denver or New York Giants game at 43, and if you really believe that Aaron Rodgers is going to Denver, smashing that over early would be perfect because you look at that Saints Packers game at 51, at minimum Denver New York goes to 47, I think. And if Rodgers is with Denver in that offense, I think that the Giants wouldn't be able to keep up with how great. They have a good defense. They were top 10 or top 15 last year. They improved it, but Rodgers with these weapons would just be disgusting.
Yeah, I like that. That might even be a futures bet. If you look and see some of those wide receiver over totals for the Broncos, and then if you factor in Aaron Rodgers getting traded there, so some small bets could reap some big rewards. Well, I love it. He's not even trying to make people money. He's already thinking about edges. This is my guy. This is why we love Jordan. Seriously. Yeah, I mean, Robbie knows it too. He is the math magician. Now, this has been excellent. I like it. I'm into it. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, and stop me if you've been here before, and I'll let Robbie choose. Robbie, you want to jump into fantasy draft strategies or your Washington football team? I'm going to let you get the choice here.
Dude, let's go into fantasy talk. Let's go right into it.
Fantasy talk. Okay, I love that. I'm going to let you jump in here on the show sheet. You can lead the fantasy talk. One of the things we always talk about is roster construction, how your team is built. So I kind of want to know from the brass taxes to the end of your roster, and you can name it whether it's dynasty or redraft or best ball, whatever category you want to get into. How do you approach building your team? And then when you get into a draft, how do you adapt that, and how does that kind of change as you go against people and people, are doing their thing in your draft?
I mean, of course, I'm a big proponent on preaching being water. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, that sounds, super vague. Well, when you really, start to understand
Bruce Lee, baby.
Yeah. One is a Bruce Lee quote, but I mean, two, when you understand yourself as a fantasy football player, you understand the different personalities, whether it is a virtual draft or a live draft, the different personalities that you're drafting around, so on and so forth. It kind of does enable you in a way to think ahead or plan ahead for certain situations. Me personally, he told me to go 0 RB. That's a piece of advice that you'll never get from my network, from my channel. Or out of my mouth, at least.
Rumboys are the best because they refuse to lose.
I mean, that is very true. Actually, we don't like losing, but I usually like to try and start off RB heavy, just because that is such a commodity, especially this year. Yeah, scarcity, if you will. Especially this year. As you guys saw when I was on with the Marcus and the guys, I brought up. They're like, well, what do you think? How the draft impacted? I think the draft really showed us that wide receivers deep, deep as hell now. And you need like this year is not the year. We have this saying on the Rumboyz Fans Network: don't get cute. Along with being water, don't get cute. And what I mean, and what I Tutu Atwell after Aaron Darnold hits him. Oh my gosh. But what I mean by don't get cute is like how you brought up the 0 RB meme, Jordan. Or doing things that you probably wouldn't normally do. I'm gonna go running back because I don't want to risk I don't want to risk losing. I'm not gonna go in while everyone's like, I need to hurry up and try and get in the 2 spot so I could get Saquon Barkley. Well, what if he goes down again? Like, wouldn't you rather have a very stable RB1 and a stable RB2? Limit do a risk assessment and limit that injury risk a little bit, versus having to hurry up and I just gotta hurry up and chase this high ceiling. I need that now. Well, when your guy goes down in a couple of weeks and you're running after me and you're coming to me, hey, can we trade? I'm like, yeah, hell no. That's at that point, it's not my problem. It's like I've ran a podcast, I'm just giving you the advice. So I mean, don't get cute, be water. Go in with the strategy, even if it's like you want to go and you want to be dominant with receivers. Make sure you have a strategy that favors trading. If you want to hog all the tight ends, right away, and make sure that you are savvy enough to word your trades properly, so that people will bite on your trades. Versus like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm the type of player where I'm like, no, you put yourself in that position, you can deal with that. It's not my fault that you don't have running backs. It's not my fault that you don't have top receivers. It's not my fault that you don't have depth. You did that to yourself, and I'll let you live with that. So I mean, play your game and just know who you are as a fantasy player.
I like that. I like knowing who you want to be when you're in the space with the people that you're in. I think knowing your league is important too. One thing that was a precursor to me being an analyst was me analyzing my league. I took all the league draft data, I put it in a spreadsheet, and I went and analyzed everybody's tendency, because the same 12 guys are in there for 5-6 years. So I knew who picked RB in the first round, who picked RB second round. I had percentages on every single player in the league. One year we were drafting, I started calling out, going RB. They're like, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
And then they would draft an RB, and I'd be like, I knew it. So as you get to know the league you're in, as you get to know, how you like to play, I think Be Water is a great strategy. I'm not locked in anything, but I think what Bo had touched on and what you shared as well is resource scarcity. Know that value. If you're getting a wide receiver in the 20 to 40 range, he's getting 3 to 4 to 5 points more than a running back in the 20 to 40 range. And that's important for you to know, because right up when you get those wide receivers from 1 to 20 and running backs 1 to 20, they're pretty much simpatico. You can tit for tat them, which is good. But after you drop out of those tiers with RBs, then you're struggling. So I'm not saying load up on RBs and be RB crazy, but if you have a chance to get, let's just say Saquon Barkley or Christian, McCaffrey or Aaron Jones or something, or Austin Eckler, and Najee Harris. I did a best ball draft this afternoon or today, and I went Najee Harris and so I went Austin Eckler and Najee Harris. You know what I mean? So I loved having 2 RBs. It made me feel really good. I got another RB later. Man, you would love this, Bo. I got my man Miles Sanders in the 4th round. So I had 3 RBs and 1 wide receiver, and
because you probably went wide receiver in the 3rd. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's best ball. Miles Sanders is a great best ball guy, no matter what his volume looks like. That's a best ball running back.
But even that rhythm. So let's take that best ball strategy that Scott used today, right? And let's now apply that to redraft. I'm already now from a roster construction standpoint looking at a very good stable, because now when it comes around, we've gone running back, we get a receiver, we get another running back, which can possibly be our flex play. Now I can go get my wide receiver 2. Now I can get my flex, and then
there's
or
the
either I can get my tight
position.
end.
Your
1
wide
or 2.
receiver in that range.
Well,
Your
you know what?
rounds 5, 6, 7, 8 wide receivers are so deep. Like
All
you can get one tier is like 40 guys almost. It's crazy.
I need your help then, because you're not in this league with me. You're not in this best ball draft. I'm on underdog right now. I'm on a best ball draft. You're not. None of us are in this league together, so there's no like competing interest. This is the team I just spoke of, right? My first pick. I'm at the 11. So I went Austin Eckler, Najee Harris, Terry McLaurin, Miles Sanders, Deontay Johnson. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so
Deontay in the 5th.
Yeah, in the 5th at 5'11". So now here's where I'm at. I'm going to give you guys the board. You guys can help me out. Everybody, Jordan, please. Everybody, you need to make
6'2", right? 6'2".
This is 6'2", right? 6'2". Okay, so at QB, I have Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson. Okay, stopping there. RB, I've got Chase Edmonds, Javonte Williams, James Robinson, Trey Sermon. Okay. Wide receiver, I have T. Higgins, Ayuk, Cortland Sutton, Odell Beckham, Juju, Will Fuller, all those guys. Tight end, I have Dallas Goedert, Noah Fant, Logan Thomas. I'm leaning Josh Allen right now.
Josh Allen or Ayuk for me.
I would say Josh Allen. Now, if you don't go Josh Allen, then you can go ahead and you can snatch up T. Higgins and then just wait on QB mad late and then snatch up Burrow, and now you have the stack, which we're going to talk about later.
Yeah, you know, I like that idea. I also like doing a late stack with Gabriel Davis. He's one of my my up and comers.
Hot and heavy.
When I worked recruiting at UCF while Gabe was there, and before he got drafted. That dude is also best friends with some of my friends. They literally just went golfing the other day. I got to see Snapchats of Gabe Davis golfing, which is absolutely hilarious. But
that's awesome.
Gabe, he walked on to UCF. He wasn't recruited. He wasn't. This dude, work ethic wise, is disgusting.
And even his film for the Bills last year was fucking impeccable.
Oh no, he is. And the thing is Dabble is using him the way he should be. He's using him in the proper way to use Gabe Davis, which is on the outside numbers, not really over the middle of the field. Keep him to those comeback routes. Keep him to the sideline catches, out routes, stuff like that, because that's where he thrives.
Well, he's got a big body, and he can frame it, and he can use his arms.
And he's the toe tap king.
He did that shit at UCF all the time. But
I went with Josh Allen. It's a slow draft. I wasn't pressed, but I'm going to give Davis it up later. Because I really do think that there's potential there. Also, man, Josh Allen, when he moves out of the pocket and he scrambles and there's little comeback routes, Gabe Davis
code.
Yeah, he can get some yak with that. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I'm down. And here's the cool thing about Jordan. Jordan never name drops to make himself, look good. This is just his experience in his life. And I love it.
Yeah.
Because he has connections to Calvin Ridley. He has connections to his brother Riley Ridley.
Jerry Judy,
yeah. And this is like, it means something to him as a person, not just like but like I like these guys as men,
as
people. Yeah,
it's so cool, man. I love it. You're honoring like the game, football, like what Robbie said earlier about how people really don't take this game seriously. Like people honoring it from the beginning level throughout. So it's just great to hear your experiences with these people, man. I just gotta tell you.
No, I respect the hell out of that as well, bro. Because like even having interview players, and now getting back into that routine now that like fucking we got these things now and plans in our arms. There's some crazy shit that I hear people say. I'm like, man, you have no idea what these players put in. You have no idea. Like when I tell you when I tell you like when we were in Beverly Hills and I came back from a freaking nightclub, like I'm out there with AJ Brown, Debo Samuel, we're getting fucking ripped, bro. Like we're done. Like we're done. And like we come stumbling into the Beverly Hills Hilton and David Montgomery is sitting there just fucking just going crazy in the weight room. It's like these plexiglass, like you look through it, it's just him just being a beast. And I'm like, I'm drunk as shit. I'm just looking through. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna pick him up in fantasy. That's
how dubstep got created.
Back in high school when we freaking the Monarch is a small school. We're not big. We're not St. Thomas. We're in Broward County, but we're not like that type of football program. Calvin Ridley actually only played 4 games his senior year. And it's because of his age being older. And obviously, you guys know that when he got drafted, he was older and people knocked him for it. But his first 4 games, because his brother, it was the first time they were playing together since God knows when, he had 780 in receiving in 4 games with 11 touchdowns.
My God.
He put up a senior season. It was disgusting. And then, I mean, I've known these kids since elementary school. When I was in 4th grade, I was a quarterback. And, like, we would go out and play in recess, and they would fight over me for being their quarterback because I would just run around and throw that shit up. And they just loved mossing kids.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, I understood. I was like, this is fun. I'm having a good time. Not thinking I'm throwing the football to NFL athletes.
These are. I mean, bro, you grew up in Florida. Like,
yeah, it's different.
There's so many damn football schools out in Florida. Like, it's not like you went to like fucking Montana high school and like.
Oh, no.
Everybody pro in Florida.
After the Super Bowl, the 49ers and the Chiefs, I was downtown a week before the NBA season shut down, and I'm at the Wharf in Fort Lauderdale, and I look, and Bosa just walks right by me. I'm like, what? Which one?
Which one?
The one who lost the Super Bowl. I can't think of it. Joey. The one who lost the Super Bowl. Whoever lost the Super Bowl.
Nick, Little Bear.
We make eye contact. And he's like, don't fucking do it. And I'm like, got it. Yep, you're Nick Bosa. I'm not going to do shit. What's up? And just walk away.
Hey, the fact that you were even able to hear him, man. Shit.
No.
That man is so soft-spoken. Like he...
Oh, he did not want me to bring attention to his ass.
No, he doesn't.
He wasn't no security, no nothing, just him and his girlfriend.
Hey, Bo, can I just say respectfully, why are you doing this to us and just eating pizza?
Fuck.
It's like mean as fuck, bro. I just wanted to say that for the record. Yeah,
I'm a jerk.
That's what's cool about being able to hear from everybody here, Jordan. You know, I've not gotten to meet that many famous people. The one famous person I met was a UFC fighter who was a champion at the time, and I met him in the airport, and I knew who he was, and I knew his nickname. And so when I met him, I could hit him with that, hey, man, you know, as we walked. He was not upset to meet me. It was pre-COVID, you know, way before COVID.
Yeah.
But it is cool when you recognize somebody real for real and they understand that you understand, but you're not a weirdo about it. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, man, dude, like, you, man. He's like, thank you. And I was surprised because I could have wrecked that guy size-wise. He was like 100, and it was Cody Garbrandt. He could beat me. Bro. He would have beat me up. I mean, he would beat me up.
Cody G,
Cody no love.
Oh, he would pound me, but size wise, I'm two of him. Like, I could fall on him, and he would be like, help.
He fights at 135. He's a little guy.
I don't know. He'll squirm from underneath you, and then once he squirms out,
his hands hurt. I know that.
America's top team is here. The America's top team is legit, like, down the street from me. So, the dude who just knocked out McGregor, I can't think of his Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
I've literally seen him in public like 4 or 5 times. Just like casually walk by,
hey,
like,
champ, what's up, bro? Champ. I love the UFC. Here's the cool thing about the UFC. I don't want to like diverge from the show sheet that I made, but every single Saturday there's a UFC fight on. Mike goes, is there a UFC fight on this Saturday? I go, I don't know. Of course there is. I'll just turn it on and like 6 o'clock. Oh yeah, there's a UFC fight on, honey. I'm sorry, I can't do anything.
I love that shit, yo.
I'm just kidding. It's at 10 o'clock is when I say I can't do anything. But she's already done. It's fine. But my wife's out of town, boys. So here's what I did today. I did a podcast for Guilty as Charged over there, Charger Day.
You did.
Shout out. And my man Jordan Vanek was in that draft that we were working on, little best ball. And somebody stole Justin Herbert from me. I'm not going to say his name. His name was Tim. His name is Tim.
Oh, dude, I can't
Tim because he ordered from Hotbox today.
I'm overdrafting with Bo. I'm overdrafting with Dave. I'm overdrafting with you because now it's at the point where like I know what everybody's doing, and we just go into the draft, and it's like, oh, my
the
plan
same
A,
thing.
B, C, D, E, and F have been taken, so we're going G today because this is what happens, and like I love
All of
these
our
slow-
teams look the same.
It's so
That's
stupid.
how I feel drafting with my staff, bro. I am like, man, you guys suck. Like,
You know,
like,
I love it. I go in different spots every time. Listen, I'm not gonna say I don't get paid $10 each tournament I create and play with everybody. I'm not gonna say that. I am gonna say though that I like playing every single day. And if I was paid $10 or not each tournament, I would still like playing because it's fun as shit to play. It's fun to do. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm spending $3 or $5 or $10 anyway. Like, I love it. Like, it's what I want to do as a person, and I can get paid to do a little bit too. So please play with me. And Jordan, you tell me who you want. You can have who you want. I don't care. Like, I don't.
Hey,
like, I don't care.
Scott snipes me more than anybody because he knows exactly who my guys are.
I hear this, and I'm not even
Every
after
time.
your,
bro.
I'm not
Yes,
even
you
after your
are.
guys. At this
Yes,
thing,
you are.
I think I'm not. Tony Pollard aside.
Vendetta.
Tony Pollard side. Oh my
I
god.
took Tony
Dude.
Pollard from him like one time.
See,
Yeah, right. One time a week, every week.
Bro.
I'm coming up, and he'll reach it 2 rounds early.
No, I won't.
He's going 2 rounds above ADP
All right.
just to get him from me, so I don't get him.
All right. So
That's vendetta.
let me go see if I can pull up my exposure level to Tony Pollard so you can see how
Oh my
Radioactive.
gosh. This
Radioactive.
man has
While you go
stat
look
for
for that, Scott, when we were just drafting like 2 days ago, I think it was, with Dave, me and Dave actually have the same top 5 in order for quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and I think even tight end. I'm not 100% sure because I don't talk about tight ends because tight ends don't matter. I'll say it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Position doesn't matter. Like, I don't, for fantasy, if anybody wants to argue me about Jonnu Smith versus Irv Smith versus Anton or Adam Trautman, I want to look at him and be like, I'm taking TJ Hawkinson. I'm taking TJ Hawkinson like 2 rounds after Waller every single time. I don't care. This is my guy this year. But
Kyle Pitts, tight end 1.
me and Dave, literally, I think it was 4 straight picks. I sniped him and he sniped me. Like, I took AJ Brown right before him, so he just flustered and took Miles Sanders in the second. And then the next round, he took Lamar right before me. Or no, Dobbins right before me. And then we came back, and I took someone. Who's the freaking player? I can't think of the player. So, Chris. Yes, it was Chris Carson.
Bro, our Monday mock series is gonna be coming back, dude. I'm about to start mocking with y'all fools.
Oh
Fuck.
no, it's not going to be fun. See,
So,
if you do
Robbie,
IDP,
I want
I'm
to do the
out.
play-by-play thing. You guys do play-by-play at Rumboys. I
Yeah.
want to do that. Because I do that at my house all the time. It annoys all my family. I don't have any friends come over because they're like, well, all you do is mute Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, and you call the game yourself. And I was like, are you not enjoying yourself? And they're like, no, it's probably smarter than that. Like, my wife was like, we were watching Sunday Night Football, and we love Al Michaels. Love Al Michaels. He's legendary. Been since my whole life, been calling games. But Chris Collinsworth, it's hilarious because my wife doesn't like to watch the games with me, but she listened to a couple seconds of Chris Collinsworth talking. She goes, "You're way smarter than this guy." And I was like, yeah, that's not a very high bar to cross.
yeah, he created PFF, and you're right. So imagine what I can create. So yeah, well, I will say this, Bo. My lifelong dream as a child was to be a sports broadcaster, to be John Madden or Pat Summerall, whoever it was, in the booth.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
Same.
Yeah, mine will be like, watch out for the weak side blitz is coming on here. It could be a big play. Oh my god, I know it! Look at it! Like, that's me yelling. You know, like. And that's
people love that. And people love that. And there's a market for it. And that's why when people are like, the market's oversaturated. And I'm like,
no.
Try something else.
Listen, talented,
maybe do something different for change.
If you're talented, your market will rise to the top.
Make a goddamn hot sauce, and I challenge you to a duel.
All Well, I challenge you guys to a chalk drawing contest. The chalk block crew. I got the chalk. I can't
I've seen your NFL logos. I could beat you easy. My 8-year-old could beat you.
I can't do it. I'm just
I can't. My handwriting's awful.
I'll concede right away. I'll concede right away.
Can I ask you guys? Are you guys aware of? And I'm not trying to make this about me or my Twitter at all. I wanted to pull up a tweet if you guys are interested. Are you aware of Zach Wilson's mother? Have you touched on her at all? Have you met her?
Never.
I'd like to meet her.
I've never touched on her.
I'd like to meet her.
I see like the pictures, yeah. And
I want to meet her.
Okay. I'm just wondering because she there's a line the line from it's Robin Hood Disney where he said he amuses me too. Right, he's talking about Robin Hood. So she's not Robin Hood here, but she does amuse me very much so. And, I think she does not amuse her son, and so I think I want to share a video real quick just because it's worth a gander. I believe.
Yeah.
And there's I don't know what to say. This is just from her Instagram. I didn't do anything but kind of transcribe her Instagram over here to Twitter. So this is her on IG.
Great thumbnail.
I didn't filter anything.
Great thumbnail.
I'm just letting you know I didn't do anything to this. This is how she created.
Let's just
Yeah, I'm just saying that. Okay, here we go.
It's that day. Woo! You guys.
It's the day before.
I need some hype. What are you nervous for? I'm nervous.
I'm nervous to be on your Instagram. He's so Disney Channel.
We're excited. You guys are killing me. There's like no hype in here. They're excited.
You just caught us off
They're
guard.
secretly
Okay, do it
excited.
again.
You just caught us off guard, like mom, right?
Yeah.
It's that day.
Dude, I mean,
Guys.
It's the
the
day.
video of him when it's like him, Jamar
His
Chase,
face.
T Higgins, or not T Higgins. It's
he's like, Mom, no, I'm gonna get drafted
He's
to the
terrified.
NFL one day.
oh my god, dude.
He's like, you're gonna show all my friends.
Look at this. He's so scared, man.
Oh my
The
god.
boys are not gonna like this.
Yeah. Bro, the video of him after they took a picture together and he just looks scared as shit.
Oh,
That video just keeps playing over and over.
with all the black guys around him.
No,
Oh yeah, he looks
Oh my
terrified.
Dude, I love that. That was one of my favorite videos ever.
Like, dude,
He was ready to just have a panic attack.
he was like,
I'm scared.
He was checking his wallet. He said, are they doing a thing? I'm going to hold my watch. No, he was watching his,
oh shit, no.
Like, come on, dude. Like,
I'm
his eyes
in
said,
danger.
what
This
is going on right now?
He's
BYU
Ralph
just
Wiggum.
shouldn't be producing.
He's Ralph
producing
Wiggum
for-
wetting his pants in that video.
Look at his sister. This is one of his 9 brothers and sisters. Look at her. She's cut. This is them driving to the draft. Listen, I'm a man who grew up with a family of 6. So there's 5 brothers and sisters. I was the oldest. And you know what? We drove in a bigger fucking van than this. It had 4 rows, man.
Bro.
We all had our own spot.
Fire that agent. Fire that agent.
What kills me, hey, when Zach is clapping, this motherfucker just thinking to himself, I cannot wait to get the fuck out of this van. I can't wait to buy a Rari.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! And look, we got the back sister. She's like 11 or 6 or 5. I don't know. I mean, it's just they got a whole van full of people. There's another brother here. They're all like, "Mom sucks."
That looks like the jar of mayonnaise I have in my fridge.
Yeah, I mean,
shit.
oh man.
Oh my
Which,
God.
by the way, would be too spicy for that van.
I mean, look at
Oh
this.
my goodness.
Oh, you didn't even see Dad. Wait until you go back and see Dad in the beginning. Dad's one of my favorite. Dad, look at Dad. There's Dad. Dad's got his phone on his lap.
Mayonnaise.
and Dad's excited too.
Hey, he's got a tape line. Look at him. Look at that haircut. Look at that. Crisp.
Dad's just like, damn it, Karen, get the fuck off the phone and start feeding.
Damn it, Karen. Damn it, Karen. I asked for a flat top.
Oh,
Hi.
dude.
Can I talk to your manager?
Here we go, guys.
Hi. Listen, I'm so sorry. I asked for a table for 10, and this is a table for 9. It's not 10. I know. Put a tabletop next to this, please.
Ma'am, you can remove the extra chair. It's not that serious. Yes, it is.
Oh, it's a big deal. Man. It's a big deal. I'm sorry. That just made me laugh. It wasn't to.
Just
No, I'm sorry, Bo. When Bo said the mayonnaise joke, I just lost the whole fucking focus. I was done. I was like, well,
dude, let's regain your focus right here. Let's
right.
go to your Washington football team.
sure.
Ooh.
We're gonna win like 10 games. It's okay.
No, I don't care about them. I don't care how many games you guys win. We're in fantasy mode. All right, here.
Yeah.
Do you think Ryan Fitzpatrick helps Terry McLaurin? Do you think you're going to have a wide receiver 1 year out of him?
Does a bear shit in the woods?
Bear shits wherever he wants.
Exactly. Bear don't give a fuck. But yeah, no, absolutely not. I expect McLaurin to have a wide receiver 1 season, and I expect for all the dynasty crybabies out there, like, oh my god, they got more weapons around Terry McLaurin, and it's gonna hurt McLaurin. No, it's not.
Nope.
Stop it. Shut the hell up.
Look what he did with Cam Sims.
So
Cam Sims was on fire at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And all it did was free it up.
So I have a practical question here. I have Terry McLaurin in the 3rd round at the 3.4, and then I have Jonathan Taylor. Was it Justin Jefferson? I have Jonathan Taylor at the 2.9 and a keeper league.
Whoa,
Keep Taylor or McLaurin. I think Taylor is right.
Yeah,
What's happening? Who are you playing fantasy football with?
Right. JT in the 2nd? Are they smoking like PCP?
bro.
This happened this year?
No,
this year.
No. I drafted him last year in the 2nd round.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can keep him so when I go into this year in the league, you get to keep one of your guys. So I can keep him I don't know where my pick is yet. We haven't done the randomizer that
It don't matter.
But he's
JT's
a second
round pick.
It's in the 2nd or McLaurin in the 3rd.
It's a no-brainer.
Right.
Yeah. JT, yeah, do it.
Yeah, you take Jason Taylor or JT.
Might end up wide receiver 19 for all we know.
Well, that's what I was wondering when we said top 12 or top wide receiver 1. How far did that extend? And not that it had to extend that far, but
floor to ceiling.
Don't worry, Terry McLaurin's the future Jerry Rice.
7 or 8 ceiling. Like
right,
McLaurin's going to be between wide receiver 5 and 15, most likely.
So who's more valuable, Antonio Gibson or Terry McLaurin?
Running backs this year, all running backs,
especially pass catching running backs to have the job like Gibby does.
Yeah.
So Antonio Gibson across the board.
Yeah.
I'm reaching for Gibson all over it where I can get him.
But I'll say this, like to go back to your question earlier, and why it was so practical is because you can get McLaurin in the 3rd round, and that's where if you're doing running back heavy correctly, then you should be satisfied with that. You could get him or CeeDee Lamb or one of these guys, in the 3rd round, like they're still fairly young, like. So that's why I also advocate for RB heavy so well. I mean, and my win percentage helps too, and helps me prove my argument. So yeah.
Well, I love what you're saying. And last year, Bo knows this, and I'm not sure if Jordan's read my article, but I put a long form out about wide receiver 2 theory. And what wide receiver 2 theory basically states is that the market overvalues wide receiver 1s and offenses each year, which creates a value opportunity for people who are targeting wide receiver 2s, or even wide receiver 3s are going to be coming up and you can target them later as you kind of apply that metrics to it. And so last year, wide receivers identified as wide receiver 2s were Brandon Cooks, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Deontay Johnson. And so those were the players that elevated because of the offenses that they were in. Calvin Ridley was one of mine.
Ridley, yeah.
He was one of my guys. So I just went like from almost every single breakout receiver was on my metrics last year. And so I am a big proponent of that, because if you can nail two, this is what I normally do. 2 out of my first 3 picks are always running back, because you do have a cliff after that. That's what the data shares. And I'd love to be Denny Carter. And I'm in a league with Denny, and he's in a league that we have here, a local league in Maryland, where we're trying to actually build. So this is what happened. 2 years ago or last year, Scott Fish in the summer, he tweeted out, he said, would people be interested in getting together as a community in your locals to do some Scott Fish related things around the draft? And then I tweeted out and I was like, hell yeah, man. I was like, that sounds awesome. Who lives in Maryland? Who lives in this area? And a bunch of people just started responding. And so Joe Bond, I knew Denny was around here. Denny responded, Mike Collins in the league. So a bunch of different people responded. I said, let's do a local league here in Maryland. So we got 10 guys together. And we did a little bit of a little local situation. I watched Denny draft. He drafted Saquon Barkley with his second pick. He didn't start with a wide receiver. He started with a running back. But then after that, it was ridiculous. I mean, he went 5 straight or 6 straight wide receivers, and he got – makes me want to kill myself after I hear that even tell you this. He got – in the 7th round, he got Stephon Diggs at the 7-2. Right. He had Chris Godwin. He had Tyreek Hill. He had every wide receiver. He had just a plethora. And because we had a flex league that started 2 flexes, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So what really comes down to it, whether you're 0 RB or 0 wide receiver, whatever, is knowing your league. So if your league allows for certain specific ramifications, then apply that metrics to your league, and then you can win it. Denny wouldn't do that if he could only start 2 wide receivers. He could start 4. It could start maybe, you know, different rotation. He understood that, and that's where the value lies. So I think all these options are viable. So we'll see. Scott Fish has got kickers this year. Are you going to start a kicker in your flex? You know what I mean?
Shout out to the Lions.
Yeah.
Dude,
there's 1,000,001 different combinations to win a fantasy championship, and that's why I gotta tell people, you know, don't be shy. Like try everything. Figure out yourself, you know, as a fantasy player. Like after you've done a couple of drafts, and that's why, you know, mocking people are like, oh, why are you mocking this earlier? Mocking is never bad, because there's no money on the line or anything. It's just practice. Talk about practice.
For me. I use best ball.
Best ball is basically a mock, you know. Like get in there, mock, practice, learn. Don't necessarily you'll learn your league mates and so on and so forth, whether you're mocking with your league mates or not. I recommend mocking with different people, and try and mock with like the best of the best people that you can. That way, when you go to your actual leagues and you go to the real shit, you trained yourself, you prepared yourself, and now it's like, all right, I know what to do in situations A, B, C, and D. You know,
oh yeah,
and that's just the way that's just the way that I look at it.
And lean on your commissioners real quick. You guys can jump in a second. Lean on your commissioners, or if you're the commissioner, said it earlier, know where your fucking pick is. Yes. Right. So I'm going to do it before Memorial Day. We're going to do a little Memorial Day situation where I'm going to randomize. Last year, I did a cool randomization. I got asked by the Big Dogs Gotta Eat crew, Nick Urcolano and those guys, to do one for their E-Town Get Down League. I did a huge 8-minute video for them and did a whole bunch of stuff for them. And so the draft randomizing needs to happen early in the season. Don't let people mock and not know where they're going to be all summer. Get your people information. Memorial Day should be a national, get it in every Memorial Day. By Memorial Day, you could know your draft position. Everybody start a movement so we can know and draft mock all summer. So, I don't like this guy here. I like Calvin Ridley here. Well, I can get AJ Brown. I like that. Oh, my quarterback, I can get Russell Wilson in the I like this here. And then when you get in there and people F it up and the value comes to you, you can just go, are you serious? Are you serious? So that's my.
At the same time, my draft strategy is always go get your guy. Like I have a list of guys that I have for different rounds that I have like a lot of people have tiers. My tiers are a little different where for every round I have a block. Like if I'm early, middle, or late, I know which player I'm going to go after and hope he's there. Yeah. And then I can go, and there's like top 3 my guys in each round and each block. Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, it looks like pretty robust RB because most of my guys in the first 3 rounds are running backs.
Right.
But
you have to do and say what you're like. Last year, I talked about AJ Brown. I went and got him. I talked about CeeDee Lamb and Deontay Johnson. I got them on one team. I had those 3 wide receivers. I also had Keenan Allen. So you know what I'm saying? Like you got to go out and get the guys that you actually do tout in your real drafts and go fucking nail those guys, man. Like those guys for me last year.
There were some people that after I did the mock on with Marcus and Florio for NFL Fantasy, there were people that were like, oh well, I feel like you reached for Pitts, and like, no, I didn't. You heard me on air. I'm gonna set off that whole little stretch right there. I'm gonna make sure that I'm in everyone else's heads, especially because I'm playing against people on national fucking TV for their career. I'll make sure that I'm in their heads more than they're in mine.
I love it, man. I love the edge you bring.
Mind games. Yeah. There has to be mind games.
It has to be.
You have to carve your axe like right in front of them, demonstrate, get them intimidated because like especially if you're an analyst now, like we're calling ourselves analysts these days, and then you go home to your leagues where nobody else is an analyst. They don't trust you. They don't want to trade with you.
Oh, bro, yeah.
It's not because they're scared of you. It's not because they're scared of you. They just don't want to get screwed over.
Exactly.
So, for you, and I play into that. I'm like, hey guys, did you check out my rankings before the draft? And that like instead of going like, oh fuck this guy, he thinks he's hot shit. It's like, no, I know I'm hot shit. I'm gonna destroy you and get them out of their element because they were like, oh, we gotta focus, you gotta
bro. I'm bringing that this year with my home league, and I'm doing a lot better with that this year in my home league. Absolutely.
I would love to do these, but I have 2 older brothers. They'll refuse to let me have that. My oldest brother will do everything in his power. He does his rankings on his notes on his phone without looking up any ADP. Just types out 100 guys and is like, well, if I run out of this list, I'll just start making shit up as we go.
Oh, I don't do that. That's risky.
Oh no, he's went to championship 3 straight years. He's dominated our home league because he literally goes ahead and like he's like, my first 4 picks are that's it. I want my first 4 picks to be there the whole year to start. I don't care if I nail my first 4 and I have no question about who I'm drafting, whatever, I'll figure it out the rest of the way. And like he had, because it's a PPR league. So like he kept taking James White and then 10th and 11th and just being like, he's my RB2. I don't care. He catches 80 passes. Yeah. And like this past year, the running back he kept drafting is James Robinson. He drafted James Robinson like 4 or 5 rounds. Like I think he drafted him in the 9th or the 10th. And it was like, when he went off the board, I was like, I had him in the 13th, 14th because I was like, this dude's going to get
nobody knows who the hell he is. Yeah.
And he drafted Philip Lindsay as well. But like with draft strategy and stuff, I agree with my brother. The first 4 picks matter the most. If you can just not fuck it up, like don't get cute like last year and draft Miles Sanders in the first. Just pick Devontae Adams. Like,
I did. That was my
like even if you pick Michael Thomas, like Michael Thomas got hurt. That's something you can control. Yeah. But like if you're going in these drafts and like, damn, like I don't really like Miles Sanders, but like everybody else is putting him, RB11 or Kenyon Drake. Like don't do that. Like I know Joe Mixon's getting a lot of hype, but like
don't do that. Also,
don't pick him over Tyreek Hill.
I was stuck at 108, and my guys went, and I had 2 leagues where I picked Michael Thomas in the first round, and my saving grace in those leagues, I still made the playoffs. I still competed for championships in those leagues, is because my guys down the road after my top pick, if top pick is Saquon or Christian McCaffrey or Michael Thomas last year, you're fucked if the rest of your picks suck. Yeah. But if you targeted some of your rookies last year, I targeted 3 rookie running backs last year: Gibson, JT, and Cam Akers. And it took a while for JT and Cam Akers to get rolling because of JT's workload and Akers' rib injury. Yeah. But I held true. I was somewhere around 500 until they came back. And guess what? When the charge happens, and I've been without Michael Thomas for weeks, is all 3 of those guys start popping the second half, and I got 3 stud running backs scoring 20 points every week. I don't give a fuck who my wide receivers were.
I don't care at that point.
I had
Dude,
Keenan Allen in
It's
like the
all
5th
about
round.
getting into the playoffs. It's all about
I
getting
got
into the
Keenan
playoffs.
Allen after I got JT and
dude.
JT Akers and then Keenan Allen, and you can ride Keenan Allen all fucking year in a PPR.
Yep.
There was no better feeling in fantasy football for getting in the playoffs and stuff. In my keeper league, I had a sick keeper. I had Kamara in the 13th because this was the rookie year and nothing like that. And I was debating between Calvin, AJ Brown, and DK Metcalf last year in the 13th, 15th, and 17th, and decided just going with Calvin because I've trusted his floor. Granted, I obviously got it right, but it was like, okay, now this year I could technically have just kept AJ Brown again, but I have to let Calvin go. In that league, there was a person in my division that beat me in the regular season twice, that won our division, lost one game all season. We met up in the championship. I had Kamara on Christmas Day. It was a beautiful day. Going for 56 against the Vikings and win that championship. I don't care if you beat me in the regular season.
Oh yeah, I never care. I never care if someone beats me in the regular season. Yeah, cool, take that. You have to see me in the playoffs.
Make it to the tournament, and anything can happen.
Exactly. Because once I'm in the dance, like I'm just a completely different. Like I'm just locked in. I don't even like. There's people that'll be like, oh well, like I have to face this person next week, and I'm like, you need to focus on this week and this week only. Look at your roster. Look at your shit. Care about play your game. Don't care about what the fuck Joe Schmo's
league where I had Michael Thomas, I made it in as the 6th seed, and I lost the championship by 5 points because of Kamara.
Bro,
I lost by 5 points to a Kamara team.
I have a curse. I have a curse where if I'm the outright 1 seed the whole way, I won't win the championship. It's just a thing. Like,
dude, I had there was a long time ago. My brother had a year where he had Josh Gordon the year that he blew up. Calvin Johnson Jr. had a disgusting year that year, and I think he had Knowshon Moreno when he was on the Broncos. With Matt Stafford. His team was literally, he had basically 2 to 3 of the top 5 at running back and wide receiver. He had the top 6 quarterback, top 3 tight end, got into the championship against my brother, and my oldest brother was just talking shit all week. He started the Nick Foles, Riley Cooper stack against the Bears on a Sunday Night Football, and he also had Shady that year. And they combined for 95 points in the first half. And he ended up beating my brother by 60 because my brother got cocky and was like, oh, you think like the Eagles are going to be good? Whatever. Started the Bears defense against them that year. Bears defense got like -6.
Yeah. Bro, that's the thing. Like you just never know. Like never get cocky. Just don't get cute. Like whatever you do. I mean, like if you can keep a level head, like when you're drafting, not let people into this. You know, you get into other people's mentals. You know, don't let people into your mentals. And if you can, you know, just keep a level head throughout the season. Don't stress too heavy. Don't get too high on yourself. Don't get too low on yourself. You can battle your way into a playoff position, even if it is a 6th seed. I never discourage a 6th seed because a lot of my fantasy football trophies come from being a 6th seed.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your team hits at that time, it's just like getting it. It's like getting into the NFL playoffs as a wild card team. Your regular season, it's like the New York Giants 2011, 9-7, barely made the playoffs. Guess what? They got really fucking hot.
And then
really fucking hot. They got destroyed by the same Patriots team that 19-0 season. They got destroyed in the regular season. Moss went for like 350 yards and 3 touchdowns on him. Brady went for 5 touchdowns, and we're like, oh, we get a rematch of this in the Super Bowl? Fuck, it's gonna be ugly. Nope. Giants are red hot after that beatdown. They got red hot and they started playing defense.
Oh my God. I found the exact team. My brother, I found a year because I went back in Yahoo. This dude had Forte and Moreno, who finished as the RB2 and RB6. Calvin, Josh Gordon, and Des Bryant, who finished as 3 top 12 wide receivers, with
Des
Stafford.
Bryant that year was nasty.
Yeah, Stafford, and then Jordan Cameron the year that he had the 7 touchdowns. And he lost the championship to my brother, who went and had Riley Cooper, Edelman. Oh, was it Larry? Yeah, it was Larry Fitzgerald, Jimmy Graham, and Nick Foles.
Oh my god!
Running the RPO for the ship.
Oh,
Bro.
it doesn't matter, dude.
Hey,
It's
I've done that. I've done that. I've benched like when it's time for the championship week. I've just had that gut feeling. It's like I think that this player is going to go off, and I think that Julio's going to suck. We're benching Julio. Steve Sims, get the fuck out there.
Well, I think football.
Right?
People don't understand. Football is a game of matchups each week, and it changes. It varies, and there's different things that you have to take into account every single week.
Yeah.
DFS.
That's what DFS is all about, right? Like
Happy.
fourth DFS.
I have to tell you one of my favorite championship stories in a redraft league. It was so cool.
Roster
So I was
off, man. Get us.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah,
was
hard.
but this is the year like Drew Brees threw for 5,000 yards that year. I had Drew Brees. Yeah, I had all these great running backs. I had Kamara and Zeke together on the same team. Like that was the year 2017. Yeah, 2017 was the year. Just picture having Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, and Zeke. And then, of course, Keenan Allen, because I get him in every draft, like 5th round, wide receiver, underappreciated, scores a billion points every year.
Yeah.
But I get to the playoffs, and I think I'm in the number 2 seed. But the 1 seed is this chick, and she's undefeated. She's literally just destroyed everybody.
Yeah.
Her team is loaded. And we're just like, oh, my God, who the hell is going to beat her? Nobody. 13-0 regular season, first round bye. She gets to the championship and up against me, and it's week 17. And I hate week 17 championships, but it's not my league, so I had to do it. And I had Drew Brees, who probably wasn't going to play that game because they were resting the starters. So I ended up taking him and Kamara out, and I put in Josh Allen, rookie Josh Allen, and Robert Foster.
Hey, and you
Week 17, Josh Allen rushes for 3 touchdowns and tosses 2 more. And Foster caught one of them, even though the receiver that really went off that day was the other guy, Zay Jones. Yeah, but that I beat the goddess, not the goddess from Twitter.
Yeah. Whoa.
But her handle on Yahoo was the goddess, and she was undefeated, and she was just like, I got 2 cap. I mean, not starting Drew Brees because he was started the game, and I was like, and it's like I picked up Josh Allen off fucking waivers just to start him for week 17 because I knew he was going to play the whole game.
It's just smart.
You have to do that. You have to do that.
You got to ditch. Sometimes if you get to the playoffs, you might have to ditch your entire studs that you roll out every week because if it doesn't sit right, if your gut says I gotta win, you gotta do whatever it takes.
I like it. All right, so we got one more segment real quick. We're gonna do rapid fire shots at the end of the night. If you're drinking, have another. If you're vape penning, jump back in.
I'll smoke. I'll smoke.
Yeah, cheers.
I just had a giant chocolate chip cookie.
You're gonna sleep good.
I got my CPAP machine. I'm ready to go.
Nice, bro.
All right.
I woke up and I was actually high on oxygen because I wasn't used to getting that much.
Yeah, probably like
love it. All right, we're going to go rapid fire here. We're going to go rookies for redraft. Who scores the most points at each position? We're going to start with Robbie for quarterback, and we're going to wrap it around. I'll be the last on this one. So Robbie, Bo, Jordan, and myself. So who gets the most points in fantasy football? We can say through week 18 now, I guess, because there's 18 weeks. So not trying to discount any weeks, just total score at the end of the year. Rookie quarterback. Robbie, where are you going with this, brother?
Trey Lance, he has a lot of weapons. They utilize a lot of gadget plays. So look for him to do some big things, especially with his legs as well. Konami code.
Oh, I love it. Trey Lance. Bo, how about you, brother?
Not Trey Lance because Jimmy G is going to start the year. And I don't agree with that decision. I don't agree with Jimmy G starting. He doesn't deserve it. He's terrible. He's the worst quarterback in the NFL. He was 34th in QBR when in his good year when he was healthy on target passes, like open receivers, 34th in QBR in 2019. So yeah, Jimmy G doesn't need to be on the field.
So Shanahan fucks it up, is what you're saying,
right? And that's cost Trey Lance because he's obviously has the potential to do it if he has a full season.
You're not going Mac Attack, are you?
No,
always
I'm a Trevor Lawrence guy. I have Trevor Lawrence 3 tiers above everybody else. 3 tiers, like Trevor Lawrence, bop, bop, bop. Everybody else.
I can respect that.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence is special. He's going to be special from day one.
I like it. Jordan, how about you, sir?
So I think Trey Lance is going to be the best in average.
That's
And
good.
also, I will shout out to Bo. You didn't say Sam Darnold and the worst quarterback in the sentence, so that's cool. I'm proud. That made me feel better. But
I had Sam Darnold
overall,
in a bet, so I have to tout him a little bit.
with overall though, I just Trevor Lawrence is here's the keys and here's weapons and here's guys that do stuff and overall total points I'm going Lawrence, but I think Trey Lance will win you more weeks.
Damn. See, I was gonna go. I was flip flop between either Konami Code QB, which was Fields, or Lance.
Yeah.
Just because Fields is like, well, you have fucking
Don't be
Allen Robinson.
Law's wheels though. I mean, everybody's like, oh, he's a pocket passer. Dude is wheeling. He's not a 4.4 guy, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he can gallop. He's tall. Yeah.
6'6".
I'm gonna go.
He covers 40 yards like that.
Yeah, I do like Trey Lance. Just go a little bit different. I'll go Justin Fields. Just knowing he's got 4.5 ish. I'm not going to give him 4.4. It wasn't a real 4.4 in technical terms, but let's say 4 to 4.5. Yeah, it's still a lot faster than anybody else since RG3. So I'll take that. And I'm not going to say it's going to get him a bunch of touchdowns, but I want to be a little differentiating. And he does have Allen Robinson. I think there's a guy named Cole Kmet Mooney. You got your workout buddy, David Montgomery from the night that you were drunk, and so I do think that there are some promising signs. I'm into Tevin Jenkins too. Like that guy, he bangs. He
Goggles.
Bangs. Yeah, that guy just gets dirty. He puts his work hat on and goes to town. So I like that. Okay, let's go reverse around. I'm going to start this way. I'm going to go RB and we'll end with Robbie. So start with me and with Robbie. Best rookie. I mean, for me, it's Najee Harris just because of opportunity, volume, and just where he's going to be.
NorCal.
Yeah,
shout out Northern California.
I can't say anything that's going to be provocative. Jordan, where do you go on this?
I'm going to go Najee Harris with the overall total again, but I do think Javonte takes over that backfield in Denver, and I think with that landing spot, once he does get to the upper echelon of carries, I think you'll end up outperforming Najee on a points per game basis. That Steelers O-line is bad.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Here's a question: Do you think there's any suspension from DUI for Melvin at all? Like a 2-game or 1 game? Is there going to be a chance of that or no?
Fangio would have announced it team oriented because he's like that. That's how he is as a coach. Okay. And if it was announced, it probably would have been done already.
Yeah, DUIs don't take this damn long a process. So yeah.
Yeah, got it. Bo, how about you, sir?
It's Najee.
Najee.
Not Najee.
Sorry.
He said it. It's Najee. And he's from NorCal, so I'm going to get his name right. Najee. Najee's going to be the RB1 for all the rookies. He's going to be an RB1 overall. I think like 9 through 12. How you doing, Tevin?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think Najee's running style caters to a new attitude, and run blocking it wasn't their attitude last year, and it has a lot to do with it. The talent in their trenches isn't up to snuff, but they never really committed to it either, and they didn't have the talent to commit to it. Connor's terrible. I mean, the only guy who's pretty good is McFarland, and he's so raw and young that they just didn't have that mentality. They were going to deke and dunk all year long because that's what they had for skill position players. Their line is bad, but I think if they commit to the run a different way, have a different attitude, Najee's going to take off because he's too good not to. And so I see him as a back-end RB1 this year.
Does this not look like Tevin Jenkins is blocking Scott?
Yeah, that's hilarious. It's like me. I'm like, what the hell? How did I get
Scott, you're not getting that sack. You're not getting that sack, Scott.
I get way lower, by the way, as a 5'9" male, and that's the height I'm pushing here. I can get pretty low. I like it. And with you, Robbie, anywhere difference, or are you going to stick with?
I'm just going to go consensus on that one.
It is what it is.
It's hard not to. Okay. Next one, we're going to do wide receiver. I don't want any name. We can give a name, but I don't want any reason. Just go name around real fast, and we'll start with Bo. And Bo, then you can throw it to Jordan or Robbie any way you want to go. So, yeah.
The Slim Reaper. Devontae Smith, 120 targets this year. He's going to go for 80,000 yards, maybe 1,100, and about 6 or 7 touchdowns. It's going to be the volume. He's going to take over the X immediately in Philly.
Yeah.
They're gonna look to him often and quickly. He's too good of a route runner to not do well in the system. So give me the Slim Reaper. He's going to outscore the rest of the field by quite a bit, including Jamar Chase.
Good perception there with his routes. I like what you did there.
Where are you going, Bo? You going to the J-Man or the double R squared?
Robbie read my article, so he knows how I feel about the Slim Reaper. So
yeah, I'll give you that one. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna switch it, and I'm gonna say Jamar Chase. Let's go. Let's go.
He's pretty good, ain't he?
He does. He has some upside in that offense. He does.
That offense might be the Cowboys last year before Dak went down.
Yeah.
That offense is better than people think. Like we're talking top 3 receivers are good. Their tight end that they didn't feature last year, Drew Sample.
Yeah.
Think too.
And Jonah Williams is going to be back healthy on the line. So
yeah, and Jonah Williams is an absolute beast. Shout out Northern California, NorCal.
Well, if you guys didn't get the message, Bo is very secure about where he's from because he talks about it all the time. So
the dirty
that's
530.
That's Cali.
The dirty 530.
I know, it's so fun. I'm not going to disagree with Bo, though. I mean, I think NorCal has some good stock because Bo is quite strong. When he comes to his projections, his thoughts, and what he kind of puts forth. And I think that the Slim Reaper, we talked about it on the Fantasy Millionaires, he has the potential to be a Hall of Fame wide receiver. My partner, Mike Cash Collins, the Ralph Macho on Twitter, he thinks he is a Hall of Fame wide receiver. And that's what he projects him to be. I mean, that's a strong claim. So I'm not saying he's going to do that, but I do really like what he did. Given the opportunity last year and the volume, I think that's what you're really looking for in this offense is 120 targets. That's awesome. If you can get between 120, 130, 140 targets, you're going to score upwards of 200.
Sometimes I would say, yeah. No, I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Jordan, how about you, man? What do you think, sir?
I love all the
Palmer.
Alabama talk.
No,
Palmer. Not for a second. I'm saying Palmer. I'm leaning this idea, and it's an idea that's not popular, but I think it's going to be Jalen Waddle. I don't think Will Fuller and Devontae Parker stay healthy, and if once they're not healthy, why can't Jalen Waddle out-target Devontae Smith?
Exactly. No, I mean, Waddle probably would have won the Heisman if he would have been healthy the whole time.
I don't know about either one of them winning the Heisman if they end
I
up
think Mac
splitting.
Jones wins it. That's the thing. If Mac Jones or not, but like Najee or Jalen Waddle has something you can't teach, and like the NFL is going to just get the ball in the receiver's hands and let him go with AJ Brown's, Debo Samuels, and Waddle does the best.
That's
why Tony went so high because they don't care about how you get the ball; they just care about getting the guy the ball.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
Well, so last thing, I put tight end, laugh out loud, ha 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 on the show sheet. Here's the question: we're all putting Kyle Pitts at the top. What is his projection? We think now that our guy Julio is on the outs. He's not going to be there anymore. So is that going to be what percentage is that? 20% increase in projection? 10%, 15%? How's it look, Robbie? What do you think?
I'm not moving him in ADP. It's still Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, and then you can either go Andrews or you could go Pitts. It's interchangeable at that point.
So talk to me about Kittle because I love him as an upside play each week, but I'm
worried about his injuries.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm a little concerned for the long term. If you're going to pay up for him at that third round price or the end of the second round price, beginning of third. What do you think about that? Is that a concern for you at all?
I'm not. I didn't say that I would draft Kittle, so but I'll let other people. Do it. Everyone knows me as a risk assessment type of dude when it comes to injuries. Right. So I've had Kittle before and I've won championships, but it's been predicated on me having Logan Thomas as his backup.
Right. So you have some insurance. No, I have it a little different. I have it Kelsey, Waller, TJ Hawkinson this year, and then I go and Kittle. So that's my top 5 in tight ends. So I think that he can hit.
My projections are higher.
On who?
Higher. on Pitts. I'm waiting for my chance.
Oh, then jump in, my friend. Go ahead. I want to hear
No,
project.
I want to be last because I have the highest projection.
So for me, I look at a lot of like route run data and stuff like that because PFF actually puts that out there. And Tennessee is like Arthur Smith. Obviously, it's a completely different team. I'm interested to see if Arthur Smith adapts and how much he adapts because like his time at Tennessee is 1 year as OC is 480 passing attempts. Atlanta hasn't thrown the ball less than 600 times since 2017. They throw the ball more than anybody in the league.
Yeah.
Or not more than anybody. The Steelers are number one, but
Mike Davis is their starting running back.
So
Derrick Henry.
I'm afraid of the pace of play with Atlanta. I think they'll probably hover around that 540, 550 in passing attempts. So for Pitts, I don't see him breaking the top 5 this season after going through more data as I changed last week. Last week I was on the Pitts train, but like I don't see him being like I think week to week he's going to be fun for DFS, but like his value right now is way too fucking high. Like for me, which is way too high.
I sent an offer for Waller and a 2nd round pick and got shot down before that could even leave the screen.
That's disgusting.
Waller and a 2nd for Pitts, but the guy had just taken him at 105 and he's not letting him go. I could have offered him Christian McCaffrey and all my 1st round picks for the next 4 years. He'd be like, "Nope, I'm keeping my guy because I just picked him."
All right, let's get Bo's then.
Bo, you
Kyle Pitts is going to be the tight end 2 behind Travis Kelce this year.
I like it. That's
and it's going to be close. We're talking Kelce's going to score a little bit less than last year because he had a peak season. And his peak seasons are pretty consistent, but I see him a little bit down, not tons. But, I mean, we're talking, I think, without Julio, Pitts might get 115 targets because he's always going to be open. He's not defensible in the red zone. You cannot cover him in the red zone. They're going to have packages built for him all camp long. First year we've had rookie camp in 2 different years. Yeah. We're talking sky's the limit, 10 to 15 touchdown potential, 80 catches. We're talking right below Kelce because he's going to score more touchdowns than Kelce.
No, I'm with that. I like that. I like that.
Get your guy, though.
I always get my guy. I got him in the 4th pretty much everywhere. I don't care.
Get my guy.
I'm not against that. I love it. I mean, I have him at 3rd or 4th for me. So I mean, he's right around there. If Julio goes, I'm going to have to move him up to 3rd above Hawkinson because with no Julio, he becomes the focal point of he's the wide receiver 2 on the team, basically, is what he is.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's not a tight end.
No,
I don't know why people keep calling him a tight end. He's not a tight end.
Hey, he's a DK Metcalf like super size. If you go like
he's bigger than DK.
I know,
let it
super size. If you go up like AJ Brown to
DK until he decides to switch over in order so that he can be paid as a receiver, he is a tight end. This man has chosen a path.
Right, and it's terrible for him.
It's terrible.
Maybe he could be like Waller or Tunyon, who were a wide receiver and then went to tight end, and they ended up being good. But he could go the other way.
I'm with it.
You want the money. You want the money. Now I love it. Well,
it will happen because I've got all my eggs in the damn basket by now, so it's gonna happen.
No. Well, Robbie, we love you coming on. This has been a great show. We appreciate Robbiepalooza, Robbie taking over the Chalk Block crew. You're welcome anytime, man. We've got Jordan, you got Bo, Scott, Robbie hanging out. We're gonna do this again in the next couple weeks, months for sure. The fantasy season. Can't wait to do this again. Robbie, where can people find you? Where are you at right now? Besides, rocking it with the NFL crew and Marcus G and all the guys. Where are you at, man? Because you're hot fire right now. You know what I mean?
I'm literally everywhere, but you guys can Google me, Rumboyz spelled with a Z, rumboyz.com. Catch me on the Sports Me app. If you guys don't know what it is, 30-second clip content. You can debate back and forth. No sense in debating on Twitter. Hop on Sports Me. But
battle me.
Exactly. Yeah, battle. Yeah, come battle me. But Twitter, RumboyzRobbie, Instagram, TikTok, all that other good stuff. Rumboyz spelled with Z-N-E-T is where you can find me. Yeah.
I love it, man. I love how you spin the raps right until the very end. And Jordan, oh man, says watching Rumboyz After Dark as a viewer, Robbie and Robbie.
It's just it's madness. It's madness.
It is awesome. Jordan Vanek 1 on Twitter. Where else can people find you, Jordan? Are you just like the meme lord now? Is there like a meme?
I enjoy memes. I've been doing this since high school.
He got
probably
slapped
middle school, to be honest.
on a meme, though. You got slapped on a
Oh
meme.
yeah, no, I got, dude. See, I don't have Photoshop. I'm sitting here
My
with
profile
Snapchat.
picture, baby.
Hey, what happened? You got slapped on a meme? Tell me about this. I need to know what happened.
Dude, so basically, Bo tweeted, he's like, "Hey man, can you do this for me?" And I did it, and I even had like a little milk carton because I'm on Snapchat cutting out people's faces and stuff. And this lady just came and dropped I forgot her name on Twitter. It's like Faith, yeah. She dropped a fire Photoshop picture of Bo looking majestic on an effing polar bear. Like I cut him out in a blurry picture on a black bear.
I love it.
At your picture now, Bo, did Faith make that?
Oh yeah, Faith made that.
Anyways,
that's Poncho the polar bear. His name is Poncho.
This is wild. Meme wise, you can catch me, Jordan Vanek 1. You'll see it all the time. I got Klugied in the urbandictionary.com, which is a good time. But you'll see content from the Twitter, Gridiron Ratings, articles, and projections, and the opportunity that all three of you have given me has been amazing, and I appreciate it. Rumboyz or DFS, we'll get that going, and then Chalk Block. We're gonna have some fun time debating Kyle Pitts and every week.
You know, I love that you're just like a brother. You know what I mean? Like you love the same we love, and it's a brotherhood. Mr. Bowman, big time. You're all over the place. You're splashing people's sauce in your face. You can you're doing it up right, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not slapping hot dogs though, like you.
No, I mean this gets slaps right here, man. This hot box is the jam. By the way,
hot box, I suppose.
this is one of the original of the big 12 pack or the 16 or 20 pack you sent me. I saved it. This is a vintage. So this is not being opened. This is only for show. This is
better order some then.
I am. I'm going to order something like tomorrow. But I need to talk to you about what I need to get. Yeah, I do need Jesus. So so let me get this right? BigTimeFlavorCo.com. Am I right? Yes. There you go. BigTimeFlavorCo.com. Go get your hot box. It is the best ever hot sauce I've ever had in my life. I'm addicted to it. I ate a whole plate full of nachos earlier, smothered in it. It was ridiculous. And I'm going to have more stuff with it.
He brushes his teeth with it. He combs his hair with it. He takes his baths in it.
It is the shit.
That's one hell of a commercial. It's
ridiculous. It is so good. And you can get so many other things there too. The taco Cezanne, that is one of my favorites. You got your Smoke Shack rub. What else can people get over there? The Cluckin' Hot.
That's Cluckin' Hot.
Cluckin' Hot.
It's fucking hot.
It's everywhere. So please go check Bo out. And Viridian Global, my hat, I was wearing it back for my Pete Overzet video. If you watch my Pete Overzet video today, I was wearing that hat. Yeah, right there in it. Back. I took it off of my set here. I don't have it on camera. But please do go to Viridian Global and grab yourself some hot box gear. My sweater's back there. Oh, what's Rosie doing up there?
Rosie's jumping up.
I love Rosie. My wife is Rosie as well, so I love the Rosie connection there.
My Rosie didn't leave me for the forest.
No. Well, I gotta say, also go jump in on Underdog tomorrow. We'll play. All of us will play. Jump in there with us.
I'm down.
We'll knock it down, man. We'll do a little box league, and we'll take your money. One of us will win that league for sure. So appreciate you all. I am NimblewNumbers, Scott Simpson on Twitter. Check me out. Robbie, you are the RumboyzRobbie, Jordan Vanek 1, and Bo_Big-Time. We love you all. Check us out wherever we can be found. We're excited you can find us. Peace.
See you.